This video will demonstrate searching the ERIC database that's available through EKU Libraries. ERIC, which stands for Education Resources Information Center, is an authoritative database of indexed and full-text education literature and resources. Sponsored by the Institute of Education Sciences of the U.S. Department of Education, it is an essential tool for education researchers of all kinds. Always be sure to access ERIC through the EKU Libraries website. You can do this through the Library Resources link in your Blackboard course modules, through an education research guide, or through the databases link on the library's homepage. You will then be prompted to log in with your EKU username and password. Your username will be your complete EKU email address. Your password will be the same password you use for Blackboard and your EKU email. We are now at the ERIC homepage. Notice the layout and look of the ERIC database is probably very familiar. That's because it's one of several databases we subscribe to through a vendor called EBSCOhost. A key layout feature to notice in ERIC and other databases is that there are several search boxes and not just a single search box like Google. This layout is encouraging us to think carefully about our topic and the specific keywords for that topic. For instance, let's get started by doing a simple search on culturally responsive teaching. It's not a topic I know much about, so I want to start with a general search. As I type in the phrase, notice that the database is suggesting some additional keywords and related terms. So terms like practices, pedagogy, theory, the brain, and more. So already I'm getting some other suggestions on how I might want to make my research more focused. Looking through my search results is another good way to get some ideas on how I might make my research in the database more focused. There are a multitude of ways I can narrow my search. I'm going to scroll back up to the top of the screen, and in the second box, let's add the term immigrant. I like these additional suggested terms coming from the database, so let's select this suggestion for immigrants, or immigration, or immigrant, or refugee, or refugees. And then let's run our search again. If I wanted to narrow my search even more, there are a few options I could try. I could add an additional keyword in the third box. For example, I could add the keyword elementary. Or another way to make our search more specific is to use the Select a Field pull-down options. I could choose to adjust my search so that the keyword had to be in the abstract of the article, which is the summary of the article. Or we could get even more specific and select the title of the article option, which would return only items in our search results with the keyword in the titles. Using these options would make my search more specific with fewer results. Looking at our search results, there are several things we can learn about a source on this search result page. First, notice the icon on the left of the citation information. Many sources will have the academic journal icon. These are articles coming from respected academic journals. Many will even be peer-reviewed. Some sources may have different icons though, which indicate a different type of information source. Notice here we have a report. This is a reputable source of information and probably still appropriate for many of your assignments, but this is not considered a scholarly or peer-reviewed journal article. Or here, notice this is labeled as a dissertation thesis. So again, likely still appropriate for many of your assignments, depending on the requirements, and probably a great place to find other sources in their cited sources, but this is not a scholarly or peer-reviewed journal article. Now let's take a closer look at an academic journal article, which is the most common type of information source you'll use. Notice the title of the article, which is hyperlinked, the author information, the name of the journal in which the article was published, volume, issue number, and page numbers, and the year of publication. Here are the official subjects that have been assigned to this article. These subjects help categorize sources, letting you know what an article is about. When I am doing research, I like to scan through the subjects of the search results to determine which sources I think will be most helpful to me. Let's take a closer look at this article by clicking on the title. This takes us to the full record for the article. On this page, I see that same citation information again, but I can also read the abstract of the article to take a closer look. Remember, the abstract is a summary of the article. Now let's take a look at the right side toolbar available in EBSCOhost databases, including ERIC, because this can be really helpful to us. Notice the email option. This allows you to email the article to yourself and can be especially handy. Many students like to use the cite feature, but be sure to use this with caution and always double check against your citation manual, the OWL at Purdue site, or another trusted citation guide. And be especially cautious when grabbing links to articles. Always be sure to use this permalink feature to get a link to the article. Never use the link from the address bar, as this is session-based and disappears the second you close this window. This article does have full text, so to access and read the entire article, I simply need to click on the PDF full text link that is located in the upper left corner of the record page. Returning to the initial results page, notice that I can quickly access the PDF full text for the article from the results page by clicking on that PDF full text link located underneath the article's subject listings. But see this article? Notice how it does not have the PDF full text link? When there is no PDF full text link, your next step is to click on the Find Full Text link. By clicking on Find Full Text, it will automatically search all of our other collections to see if we have full text of the article in another location. If we do, it will connect you to that article in full text. If we do not have the article full text, it will take you to your Library Express account where you can request the article at no cost to you. Let's take a look at two examples. One article where the Find Full Text link will take us to the full text of the article. And a second example where we'll need to request it so that we can see what that looks like. First, let's click on the Find Full Text link for this article, which I already checked and know will take us to the full text of the article. When you click on the Find Full Text link, we are first taken to the Full Text Finder results for that specific article. Notice for this article, we see links to access the article via full text. We've got both a LibKey Instant PDF and a link to get the article in another location. Either of those links should work and take us to the full text of the article. Now let's take a look at an example where we do not have access to the full text. Notice for this article, the link says request this item through Library Express. That means that we do not have full text access to this article, and we will need to request it through the Library Express service. When I click on request this item through the Library Express link, it takes me to my Library Express account and into a form where I can request this article. Notice that most of the information is filled out for us, but always take a moment to double check that all of the required fields are complete. When I submit the form, notice it takes me back to my Library Express account, and we can see our request confirmed in two locations. At the top we see the confirmation ID, but we also see it in the center of the screen under Outstanding Requests. Please note that articles do not arrive immediately, and sometimes may take up to several days to a couple of weeks. Remember this as you manage your project deadlines. When the article arrives, you will get an email from the Library Express office. The article will be available here in your Library Express account under the Articles Available to Download link, located on the left. The article will be available as a PDF for only 30 days. We recommend you save the PDF somewhere else, such as to your personal computer, Google Drive, Flash Drive, or other storage solution for long-term access. This video briefly looked at searching in the ERIC database. There are lots more features and tools available. If you would like to learn more, we recommend scheduling a virtual research appointment with a librarian. And if you have any further questions, or if there's any way we can help, don't hesitate to ask. Good luck!